Hey guys, it's Whitney and welcome to the new mom series episode 1. Today we are talking about pregnancy advice, things that I wish I knew before I got pregnant or during my early stages. We're just gonna get right into the juicy stuff. So the first thing is, it is your body. You're the one carrying the baby, no one else. You're the one carrying the baby, no one else is. So your signs, symptoms, and your body might be telling you different things than what other people are going to be telling you how you should be feeling. There's this thing called morning sickness, and some people have it, some people don't. Some people have it really bad and some people don't. Like, some people have it to where like they lose weight during their first trimester. Morning sickness is actually a sickness that can happen all day, all night. So personally it should be called all day sickness, but it's not. It's called morning sickness. Listen to your body and don't let anyone tell you how you should be acting or how your body is feeling. When you're pregnant, you can't eat everything anymore. So it's like recommended not to eat seafood. And then you also can't have deli meat. Something I wish I knew before going into pregnancy is like you're not supposed to eat certain foods. I know there's like more to it. So I definitely do your research or ask a doctor. Along with like the whole eating and intaking and stuff like that, you're supposed to have prenatals with iron. There has to be some type of benefit for you taking prenatals. That's why it's like recommended. I personally forgot to take prenatals every once in a while, like at least like 2-3 times a week. Like, I don't even know how. I just could not remember. Like, I'm not really just someone that can like remember to take pills every day. But my baby's fine, my baby's healthy, and I didn't beat myself up over it. As long as I was eating the right foods, I knew that my baby would get the nutrients that he needed in order to be healthy. Obviously, prenatals is an extra source of the vitamins and nutrients that he or she needs. And so that's why it's recommended. But if you forget like I did, don't stress about it, because another thing is the baby can feel everything you feel. So if you're stressing over not taking a prenatal, your baby can feel that. Every time you cry, your baby can feel that. I'm not saying don't let yourself feel your emotions, because definitely feel your emotions. Like, whatever you're feeling, definitely feel through them and like understand why you're feeling through them and stuff like that. But definitely feel through your emotions, because even though your baby can feel them, your emotions are still valid. Definitely feel your emotions, because your emotions are valid. Just know that your baby will also feel them at the same time. Another thing that annoyed me so much during pregnancy is gaining weight. It's not me specifically gaining weight, it's everyone else is gonna judge you. They're gonna be like, you're gaining too much weight or you're not gaining enough. You're showing and you're only 10 months or 10 weeks. You're not showing in your 10 weeks. Like, so much judgment. You're gonna get so much judgment on weight gain. There's so many people that are gonna look at you funny because you are pregnant. Like, there was a point in my pregnancy where every time I went to the store, everyone was staring at me, which it's like, has no one ever seen a pregnant woman before? Is my question. Ultimately, it's between you and your doctor of how much weight you're gaining. Another thing I learned is throughout your whole pregnancy, whatever it is, people are going to judge you. I feel like people just judge you whether you're not pregnant, and if you are pregnant, people are just judgmental. One thing I learned is who will be there for you and who will not be there for you. I feel like I had a good family and friend like village. I know people reference it as village. I had a good village. Sometimes people forget like you're a person and they will always ask about how the baby is doing. One person in my life who only cared about the baby, and then when the baby came out, and now we don't even talk to the person. You will just know who's really there for you, who's there for you and your baby, and who's just there for your baby, and who's just there because they're just there. You just have to put the gate up and say it's no longer a thing, because now that it's you, your baby, and the baby of the father, it's about you guys now. It's not about everyone else. My mom actually told me this one. It's about me, my boyfriend and my baby now. It's not about anyone else. I make all the decisions. Whatever I can do to keep my baby happy, my baby healthy, I will do. If this person is judging the baby before it's even born, should they really be in his life? If they're really only here once in a blue moon, saying that the baby is pretty much theirs and not even acknowledging the fact that it's our baby, should they really be there? Do whatever you need to make sure you're happy, you're healthy, because your emotions are valid, your mental health are valid, and your baby is healthy, happy, emotionally fine. So if you and your baby are struggling, or if you're even struggling with the fact of this person judging you, I'd even say that it's time to let them go so you can emotionally be happy, because pregnancy is a hard time. There was so many times where I felt like I was doing things wrong because I was getting judged left and right from a bunch of random people and people in my family and friends. They're not the one carrying your baby. This person's not carrying your baby. You are carrying your baby. So whatever you need to do, and that's the one thing that annoyed me the most. People forget about you and sometimes only care about your baby. Because a lot of times I would get messages, how's my baby, how's my baby? And it's just like, what about me? I'm the one carrying the baby. I'm the one gaining the weight. I'm the one who has to give birth in 9 months. It's about you and your baby. You're the one carrying it, not everyone else. If you need to shut people out in order for you to be fine and know that your emotions are valid, your feelings are valid, you're the one carrying the baby, not everyone else. We're gonna get into a real girl thing. The appointments. Basically, if you get the positive test and the clear boo first response, like whatever, you get the first test, you will obviously call your OBGYN. You have to wait at least until you're 8 to 10 weeks, depending on the OBGYN, in order to go in and confirm you're pregnant. The first ultrasound is not, I thought every ultrasound is on the top. It's not. The first one is on the inside. You don't see them every week. You don't see them every other week. You see them starting every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on obviously the doctor's scheduling and what your doctor might recommend for you personally. But usually it's 3 to 4 weeks, and then 2 weeks, and then 1 week. You have to get a lot of blood tests done. You get a glucose test. Don't get an ultrasound every appointment, which I thought was bizarre, but you know, but every appointment they do have this like monitor thing where like they can check to make sure there's a heartbeat, and then they like sized my belly at the same time. Another thing is usually there's a gender reveal and a baby shower. Now I decided to have family and friends involved for both of them. I personally planned both of them myself. I wanted to do all the work because I wanted it to be special for my baby and for me. I didn't want someone else planning it for me, but there is people who are probably gonna try to take over, and you just can't let them. People will ask you to make a registry, spend all this time on a registry, and then people won't buy from it. People will literally also possibly text you and be like, what do you want? And you just say, what's on my registry? And they still get something different. Another thing that was like huge with me is diaper sizing and diaper brands. Now my baby only had a rash with Huggies, so he cannot use Huggies. But then with Pampers, he always had a blowout. That's when you know there's the time where it's like you need to change your diaper brand or size, and we tried a different size and it still happened, so we just knew Pampers were not it. Now we're using Millie Moon, and he has not had, I don't think he's had a single blowout. Like I originally wanted to use Huggies, but my baby couldn't use them. A rash right away. The minute I switched to Pampers, a rash went away, but he had blowouts. So then I had to switch again. And so it's really just trial and error with diapers as well. Don't just use a diaper because you want to use it. The last advice for today, share as much or little information about your baby and pregnancy as you wish. You can share your whole pregnancy, or you can share none of it. You can only tell people the name or not tell people the name. It's about you and the baby you are carrying. If you want to share a lot, share a lot. If you don't, you don't. And do not feel like you're in the wrong for not sharing things. Like, I did not share my baby's middle name because some people judged his first name. So I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore. No one can know his middle name. And that's that. People still tried to guess. None of them guessed it correctly. But even if they did, I would have not said anything. It's between you and the baby you are carrying for 9 months. If you feel like you want to tell people, tell people. If you don't, don't. Whatever will make you mentally, emotionally, physically happy and your baby healthy in the end, do that. Personally, for my next pregnancy, I'm keeping everything a secret. I will share little information because my first pregnancy was too much of an emotional roller coaster that I can't mentally deal with that again. That's why I'm here to tell you guys and give you guys advice. You're the one carrying the baby. You're the one having the baby. You're the one with the life-changing events, not everyone else. So do what's gonna make you happy. Make sure you feel valid. Your emotions are valid. Your life's valid. And most importantly, it's you and your baby. Hope you guys enjoyed this pregnancy advice. I will see you guys in another video. Bye guys.